He stepped off that train like any other tired businessman, coat buttoned tight, briefcase in hand, not looking for trouble. But trouble had already found him. See? In a city like Chicago, a black man in a tailored overcoat still reads like a question mark to the wrong set of eyes. And today, those eyes belong to Officers Callahan and Denton, the kind of guys who think instinct is better than evidence. One woman screamed, "He took my purse," and just like that, Elijah Mercer went from commuter to criminal in under 10 seconds flat. He didn't run. He didn't shout. He just turned his head, calm as hell, and said, "Are you sure?" But they weren't listening. They had their suspect, never mind that he never touched a thing. Never mind the badge in his coat pocket. The federal clearance. The 6-year record on a joint terrorism task force. None of that mattered. All they saw was a black man alone. And so it started, hands on his briefcase. Questions wrapped like commands. And Denton already reaching for cuffs before a single ID had been checked. Elijah gave them a warning. "You're crossing a line you can't uncross," but they laughed. Thought it was a threat. Thought they had power. Then came the twist. From the far side of the crowd, someone shouted, "That man's a federal officer," and silence fell like a dropped curtain. Captain Lydia Voss stepped in, coat swinging, eyes sharp and deadpan as ever, said, "That's my agent. You just cuffed the wrong damn guy." Yeah. That changed the air real fast. Callahan turned pale. Denton froze with his hand still on the strap. Elijah didn't say a word, just stood there, eyes steady, spine straight. Not angry. Just done. The crowd was watching. A teenager still recording. A janitor holding his mop like it was a rifle at a funeral. You could feel the weight shift from suspicion to shame, from accusation to consequence. Now here's where it gets deeper. Back in the station's internal affairs room, they tried to spin it just a misunderstanding, just trying to be cautious. Elijah looked them both in the eye and said, "What you did wasn't caution. It was presumption with a badge." And they knew it. You could see it in the way Callahan looked down, and Denton clenched his jaw like swallowing guilt might make it go away. Suspensions followed. One without pay. One under review. Elijah didn't ask for revenge. He just said, "If this is what a badge can become in the wrong hands, then what the hell does it even stand for?" And that line hit like a freight train. A week later, walking past the same platform where it all started, Elijah paused. A young boy looked up at him, curious, unsure, and Elijah leaned down and said, "Sometimes standing still is louder than yelling. Just gotta know when." Then he walked off into the late afternoon light, briefcase swinging, dignity untouched, not fixed, but felt. So now it's your turn. What would you have done if you were in that crowd? If you wore that badge? If you were Elijah? Drop your thoughts below. Was justice served, or just dressed up to look like it? If this story hit you somewhere deep, if it reminded you of something you've seen, lived, or feared, share it, talk about it. Because silence is no longer an option. And yeah, subscribe if you're ready for more stories that actually mean something.